The following program contains the opinions of its host and guests, not those of this network. The opinions expressed are for non-commercial informational purposes only. Listeners are cautioned not to rely on program content to treat or prevent disease, but are advised to consult with a licensed healthcare professional where they live for diagnosis and treatment of disease.
And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Good afternoon, friends. Greetings and welcome to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I am Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll get your phone calls at the bottom of the hour, as we always do in the program. Our number is 831-685-1080. That's our priority line number, 831-685-1080, or toll-free, 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552. If you have questions about the longevity products, the longevity business, health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach, we can help you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll-free. If you have a success story you'd like to share, if you just want to contribute to the conversation, we do have lines open at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. My name is Ben Fuchs, Pharmacist Ben, they call me. I'm a nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs. That's because I look at the human body as a healing system, a regenerating system that is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. While some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. I want to start off the program today talking about a particularly unpleasant health challenge. Of course, all health challenges are unpleasant, but this one is particularly nasty. It's called fibromyalgia. Patients just call it misery, and it is misery. Fibromyalgia is when you're hurt from head to toe. Your body is just coated with what are called tender spots or trigger points. You don't feel like getting out of bed. It can cause mental health issues. It's just a miserable, miserable condition. Technically, it's fibromyalgia means muscle fiber pain, but in a more colloquial sense, you can basically just call it unbearable agony that's the result of the body from head to toe being basically one big, long sore spot. Fibromyalgia affects 5 to 10 million Americans, mostly women. It's a women's health issue, mostly. Some 80 or 85% of fibromyalgia sufferers or patients are women. And this is one particular health challenge that the medical model is not only completely helpless to deal with, they're completely helpless to deal with pretty much most chronic degenerative diseases, but even worse, when it comes to fibromyalgia, because doctors don't really have any idea what the heck is going on, what the fibromyalgia patient is going to end up with in terms of a treatment for his or her unbearable agony, as miserable as it gets, you're going to end up with an antidepressant, or you may get a muscle relaxant, or you may get a pain pill, none of which are going to do anything to improve the condition, and at best, maybe in the case of pain pills, maybe dull the pain a little bit. Fibromyalgia is technically described as a disorder that is the result of a hypersensitive musculoskeletal system. That is, the muscles and the connective tissue are basically hypersensitive to pain. And a fibromyalgia patient will experience things like fatigue, anxiety, depression, memory problems, sleeplessness, in addition to just unbearable pain. The fibromyalgia patient typically doesn't even want to get out of bed, doesn't want to walk anywhere, doesn't want to move their fingers or toes or hands or arms or limbs. It's just a miserable, miserable condition. And you want to think of fibromyalgia as a connective tissue disease. It's not technically a connective tissue disease, at least in terms of its name, its nomenclature, but it is a connective tissue disease. It's a form of degradation and inflammation of the 25% of the body that makes up most of us, and that's what we call connective tissue. Most of us, when we think of connective tissue, we think of collagen, and indeed collagen is the most important part of the connective tissue. But when I think of connective tissue, I think of something called fascia, F-A-S-C-I-A. The fascia is like an internal coating that covers all of our organs and our glands and our tissues and our cells. And when we have fibromyalgia, in many ways, we've got a fascia problem. If you've ever seen a chicken breast before you cook it, and there's like kind of a white, shiny coating on top of that chicken breast, that is the fascia of the chicken breast. And we all have this lining underneath in the inside of our bodies, underneath our surface, underneath the skin, we all have this fascial coating that's designed to give our organs some sort of shock protection, shock absorption and protection. And it also has a spring-like effect so that it contracts when we're under stress, so we can have a spring to run away from a lion. That's basically what that contraction is. If you think of something crappy right now, you think of a credit card bill or your job that you don't like or whatever it is, something unpleasant, you'll notice that there's a kind of little contraction that takes place. That contraction is part of the stress response. That contraction is part of the fight or flight response. It's designed to give you a little bit extra spring so that you can run, or presumably a little extra spring so that you can fight. Unfortunately, when we're under chronic low-level stress, this fascia tightens chronically, and we end up with chronically tightened fascia. And it's this chronically tightened fascia that is the precursor to much of what we call disease, including fibromyalgia. And this is why body work and relaxing the body can be so darn important. It can help relax the fascia, and because the fascia is responsible for feeding cells and tissues and organs, and the fascia is responsible for detoxification and oxygenation of cells and tissues and organs. By relaxing the fascia, you can support nutrient delivery to the body, to the structures of the body. You can support detoxification. You can support oxygenation. So you've got two things at play here. By chronic tightening of the fascia, we end up with suffocated, starved, and toxic tissues. Ultimately, organs. Ultimately, even the connective tissue itself can become suffocated and starved and toxic as a result of this contraction, and thus the development of health challenges like fibromyalgia. The second thing you got going is relaxing the fascia can support feeding of the cells and feeding of the structures and oxygenation and detoxification, just relaxing the body. This is why a regular exercise program is so important, by the way. A regular exercise program helps support a strong, healthy fascial system. A regular exercise program supports a strong, healthy fascial system, so it is able to feed and nourish and detoxify and oxygenate the various cells and tissues of the body. This is also why body work is important. Rolfing and something called myofascial release. I know some of you guys have heard of that because I've had that question in my presentations about myofascial release. Myofascial release is technically just fascial release. Forget the myo part. It's when the fascia gets relaxed through hands-on manipulation. And of course, nutritional deficiencies always need to be addressed. There's no such thing as a health challenge that does not have an underlying nutritional deficiency. This is Doc's message, this is my message, and this is what we talk about here on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program every day. Use your nightly essence, use your Healthy Start Pack, get on the glucogel caps, make sure you're taking your ultimate EFAs and your ultimate selenium as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. Got more good health information on the way. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. We'll take a quick break and come back right after this. Don't go away.
Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit selection of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America. All are carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. For an extra boost, try JavaFit's Energy Extreme 62. A proprietary blend of nutrients including cambogia, green tea extract, an extra shot of caffeine, and niacin, designed to support metabolism and enhance physical performance. Available in single cup or single pot packs. Contact your local Longevity distributor to get Jovolution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today, and thank you for joining us. Got lines open for you. We'll get your calls at the bottom of the hour if you have questions about the longevity products or business or success story you'd like to share, something you may have heard about, read about, formulations, ingredients, or if you just want to say hello and contribute to the conversation. We'd love hearing from our Dead Doctors Don't Lie listeners. You guys are extra smart if you're listening to this program, I have to say. This isn't a program for ordinary folks. This is a program for extra smart folks who think outside the box, who don't drink the medical Kool-Aid, or haven't drank or drunk the medical Kool-Aid, whatever that word is, haven't swallowed the medical Kool-Aid, because this is a show that gives you the alternative side, which should really be the regular side of health, using nutrition, using good nutrition, using supplementation, using dietary strategies to reverse health challenges or to maintain your health if you're already healthy. These are ideas that you don't need to be sick to benefit from. Even if you're healthy and you just want to avoid being sick, using the Healthy Start Pack, getting on a regular exercise program, laying off gluten, following your 10 top foods, your 10 bad food, 10 good food list. All the things we talk about here are not just important for reversing disease, they're also important for staying healthy and living our God-given, genetically allotted 120-year lifespan, maximally and fully. And that's what this is all about. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552, toll free. I am Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for the good doctor with Douglas Winfrey, my colleague and partner for now 17-plus years. Greetings, Doug. Nice to talk to you.
Great to have you back on the show. I've got a story here that came from Fox News, and I didn't find it really all that shocking, but apparently some of the researchers did. And the headline reads, "Off-label antidepressant use is common, but is it safe?" Doctors often prescribe antidepressants to tackle conditions like migraine headaches for which they aren't technically approved. Researchers say such off-label usage mostly occurs without clear scientific evidence backing up the treatments. A Canadian study found that almost one-third of antidepressants that are prescribed for pain, insomnia, migraines, and other unapproved uses, but just 16% of those off-label prescriptions were found to be supported by strong research. They say lead author Jenna Wong described the findings as eye-opening, but in line with findings of prior investigations. She's a doctoral candidate of epidemiology and biostatistics and occupational health at McGill University in Montreal. Hopes that these findings raise awareness among doctors. And she says some physicians may not be aware that certain off-label antidepressant uses are not evidence-based, especially if the broader common community, that is, of physicians prescribes antidepressants for off-label uses so frequently that it seems like the norm. Doctors prescribe off-label for other reasons as well. In some cases, it's where the approved medication carries major side effects like insomnia, drugs for older patients. Physicians may prescribe antidepressants instead of taking drugs that are safer. And these findings stem from an analysis. More than 100,000 antidepressant prescriptions issued in Quebec between 2003 and 2015. They were written by 174 different doctors. And they say, according to the study, trazodone was the most common off-label use for antidepressants, often prescribed to help people sleep. They say tricyclic antidepressants like amitriptyline.
Yeah, that's pretty good there.
Yeah, I practiced a little bit. Were more likely to be prescribed off-label as a common migraine treatment. They say antidepressants known as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, including Prozac and Zoloft, were less likely to be used off-label. It was also the case for drugs like Effexor, which is a serotonin noradrenaline reuptake inhibitor. 44% of the alternative drugs lacked any strong research backing the effectiveness. Another 40% lacked evidence for the medicine at hand, but did have strong evidence supporting use in similar drug in similar class for these intended off-label usages. This was all published in the British Medical Journal. I wasn't really shocked about that because I know that drug, they just sling that drug around like
they sling it around. You hit the nail on the head. I was talking about fibromyalgia at the beginning of the program. That's what they give you if you have muscle fiber pain and they can't figure out what's causing it. They'll give you an antidepressant. And here's the thing, though. There's a couple really interesting things about antidepressants, Douglas. Have you ever heard of this book, The Emperor's New Drugs, I believe it's called?
I believe so, yeah.
This is written, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or so by a guy named Erwin Kirsch, who'd studied antidepressant studies. That's called a meta-study, when you study other studies. And he just gathered a bunch of information on all the studies that have ever been done on antidepressants. And he concluded something very shocking about these antidepressants, which are very nasty drugs, by the way. And I'll tell you what that was. I'll tell you what this very interesting and very fascinating and troubling conclusion was when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today, along with Doug Winfrey, and you're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got lines open at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. We'd love to hear from you. We'll take a quick commercial break and come back with more juicy health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program right after this.
The antioxidants found in many fruits and vegetables are known to help support and promote good health. Research has also shown that dark chocolate, once known as the food of the gods, is rich in healthy nutrients. In fact, dark chocolate is higher in antioxidant content than any other food. Longevity has combined a proprietary blend of velvety rich dark chocolate with whole fruit pulp and whole fruit juice extracts from mangosteen, goji or wolfberry, acai berry, and cherry, along with vitamins and minerals, producing a smooth, rich, delectable concentrate called Cocogevity. It tastes so great, I sometimes drink it right out of the bottle or pour it over ice cream. Cocogevity is highly bioavailable, meaning your body will absorb and make use of all of these healthy nutrients. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hello, Judy DeVilbus here. If I could only afford to get one product out of everything, that product would be the Ultimate Classic. It has the vitamins, the minerals, the bioflavonoids. It even has grapeseed extract. The one product that would give you just about everything under the sun you would need for a perfect nutritional program would be the Ultimate Classic. By the way, people that are on the go, it's very, very hard to take the liquids with them when they go on their trip to get their supplements in every day. Well, you know something? You can use the Ultimate Daily Tablets and the mineral capsules. When I'm going on a trip, if I have enough room, I just take the 2 bottles with me. If not, just use a little baggie and take a couple of daily doses with you. It's very simple. It's very easy. There's no mess, no fuss, no refrigeration. Just take your capsules, take your tablets, and you're finished for the day.
To order these products, call your local longevity distributor today. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc today. And we do have lines open at 831-685-1080. 831-685-1080. If you've tried to get on board and got the busy signal, now's the time to call us, 831-685-1080, or toll-free, 888-379-2552. I am Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I don't like using drugs, never did like using drugs. We were talking, Doug, before we went to the break about antidepressants for fibromyalgia. And by the way, this whole idea of using antidepressants off-label is extremely common. It's not, as a pharmacist, I can tell you, it's more common than not using things off-label, at least when it comes to mental health types of drugs.
Well, in this particular study, a third of the prescriptions in the Quebec area over about a 10-year time period were off-label. Yeah.
Right, and it's even higher for mental health drugs because doctors assume that if you have something unknown to them that you're a head case, basically. Here's the troubling thing about using antidepressants off-label, the way I look at it. First of all, they're not candy, and even if they don't have an effect on your depression, a health benefit, they still have an effect in terms of how your body has to clear them out. They cost you your B vitamins. They cost you a very important compound called glutathione, which helps your body fight cancer. They cost you basically all nutrients, and on top of that, they slow down They make the digestive system sluggish, so they slow down absorption of nutrients. So just because they're not working doesn't mean they're not having an effect, and a bad one. Second thing this is really the most troubling thing about antidepressants. This guy, Erwin Kirsch, wrote a book called The Emperor's New Drugs. It came out, 10, 15 years ago, something like that. He found that 75% of the response that people get from their antidepressants is placebo. Have you heard this, Douglas? He did a meta-analysis, which is an analysis of analyses. He did a study of studies. We just gathered up all the studies that have been done on antidepressants, and he found that 75% of the response to antidepressants is duplicated by sugar pills. So you're getting all of the toxicity, and you're not getting any effects in terms of your health challenge, and the effects that you do get in terms of mental health are placebo effects, which is why, just one example of why we do this program and why I just rail against these nasty, toxic substances that the body doesn't know what to do with. That's the problem with drugs. The body doesn't know what to do with these things, so consequently it purifies them as if they were heavy metals, as if they were arsenic, as if they were any kind of toxin you can name. The whole detoxification system that's responsible for clearing out any poison you can name kicks in when you take your Prozac or your Paxil or your Zoloft or your Effexor or whatever antidepressant drug or whatever drug you take. So even if you don't get a benefit, you most certainly get toxicity, and it's a kind of toxicity that doesn't show up as side effects. Compare and contrast with something like the B vitamins, or something like electrolytes, or something like essential fatty acids, all of which have been shown definitively to help improve not just health challenges, but just body health in general. That's the beautiful thing about nutrients is you don't just get the benefits you're looking for, you get extra benefits. Not only don't you get side effects, you get side benefits. So you get the benefits you're looking for, you get side benefits, which include longevity and fighting cancer and keeping yourself healthy for a long period of time. Now, if you're dealing with something that's of unknown cause, I'm doing little air quotes here, of unknown cause, and you're getting an antidepressant, here's a couple ideas for you. The B vitamins, number one, they're your energy vitamins. They help the body, specifically cells of the body, get energy. They help the body turn food into energy, which means they're good for everything. So if you're dealing with a mysterious health challenge, get yourself on the B vitamins. Where do you get the B vitamins? Beyond Tangy Tangerine. This is one of the most important components of the BTT, and why so many people get wonderful benefits from the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's like a mega dose, a powerful dose in liquid form, goes right to work, of your B vitamins, among other health nutrients, among other healthy nutrients. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Healthy Start Pack, and all the products from longevity will get you better with no toxicity, no side effects. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll-free. We'll come back with your phone calls right after this break. Don't go away.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Longevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.
All right, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. Got a couple lines open, and 888-379-2552, toll free. Do have lines open for you if you have questions about the Longevity products or business or health challenges. If you want to know how to integrate the Longevity products into whatever health challenge you happen to be dealing with, we can help you do that. 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. You want to do another story, or you want to get to the phones, Douglas?
Why don't we head to the phones? Let's go to Florida. And Glenda, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
What's up, Glenda? Good morning or good afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir. I have two health issues I'm dealing with right now. It's first is my sinus, the chronic sinusitis.
Okay.
And the second one is the gallbladder. I have an ejection fraction of less than 10%.
Ejection fraction. You've been listening to some doctors, it sounds like. You don't need to worry about that. Let me explain something to you, my dear. You don't have two problems, you got one problem. It's the same problem. Okay? Let me explain. The gallbladder is a bag of bile, right? You know this? It's like a bag.
Yes.
Bladder. Whenever you hear bladder, it just means bag. It's biology talk for bag. So you got a bag. And gall is the Latin word for bile. So you got a bile bag, and that's what the gallbladder is it handles bile. So the question is, what does bile do? Bile does many things. It's one of the most absolutely mind-blowing, incredible substances in the body. And in my opinion, after blood and water, it's the key element after the blood and after the water, the key liquid element anyway. The bile, one of the things it does is it cleans things out. So when you have food toxins, food allergies, any kind of any substance that activates the defense system, the immune system, and whenever it gets into the blood, you can rest assured eventually your bile is going to be picking it up, and the more toxicity that's in there, the thicker your bile is going to be. When the bile gets thick, it clogs things up, and your ejection fraction drops. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So that's important. The second thing is your sinuses, the mucus, right? The clog and the congestion, the discomfort, the pressure, etc. This is, again, a sign that something toxic is getting into the body. The body is so amazing. It has all of these different ways for purifying itself, bile being one of them. Another wonderful way that the body purifies itself is with psychomagnotheric slime. Did you ever see Ghostbusters? I probably haven't seen Ghostbusters. Have you seen that movie, Ghostbusters? No. Okay. In Ghostbusters, they had this thing called psychomagnetheric slime, and they used to slime the ghosts with it. Well, the body works the same way. It slimes bacteria. It slimes toxins. It will use slime to protect sensitive tissues as a coating, a covering to protect sensitive tissues. You know what the name of the slime is? You ready for the name? I'm going to tell you the name. It's called mucus.
Okay.
It's called mucus.
Okay.
Have you heard of mucus? The term mucus, right?
Yes,
mucus
sir.
is the body's attempt to protect itself, and it's secreted as a protective response. You follow me? So you got a mucus and secretions in your head that are telling me something's getting into your body inappropriately. You've got a problem with the bile. Something's telling me something's getting into your body appropriately. All those things put together, something is getting into your blood, I should say, inappropriately, and that happens through digestion. Work on your gut. Go to do a Swero V cleanse. You with me? Do you know what that is, Glenda? Glenda, right?
No, sir.
Okay, so you got a pen?
Yes.
Anybody out there listening who's dealing with any chronic respiratory problems or digestive problems needs to pay attention here. This is not just for Glenda. You want to do a Swero V cleanse. That's spelled S as in Sam, U as in Uncle, E as in Edward, R as in Randy, O as in Oscar, Swero, V as in Victor, I as in Igloo, E as in Edward, Swero V. And it's an incredibly functional drink. It's very inexpensive. It's made with fermented whey and also has electrolytes in it, so it supports the digestive system in several ways. And the electrolytes give you energy, so you can go through your fast. And we got to take a break, okay, Glenda? So don't go away. I'm going to finish up on the Swero V cleanse. Very important for anybody dealing with cloggy, mucusy kinds of conditions or gallbladder conditions as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. We'll be back right after this.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it, too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, and 888-379-2552 toll free. And we do have lines open. We're talking to Glenda in Florida. Glenda, you there, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to approach both of these ideas. I thought I turned that off. We're going to approach both of your problems as the same problem, and that is something's getting into your blood inappropriately, and that usually means a food. And I know you got to have food problems, bloating, gas, discomfort, and these are going to be very important. I want you to stick with me here. So you do a Swero V cleanse, first thing, and that's a half a bottle of Suero V every hour. It's an amazing product, not just for cleansing or fasting, but also for just a quick pick-me-up in the middle of the day, or if you want to get a little energy without having to snack. So it's a great weight loss tool also. So it's got multiple functions, but in your case, you're going to do what's called a Suero V cleanse. Half a bottle of Suero V every hour for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days would be great. But at least 1 day, up to 3 days. When you start eating again, I want you to pick your favorite food and just eat that all day long and watch what happens. I'm guaranteeing you're going to notice a problem with your favorite food. It always happens. And then you're going to eliminate that food, unfortunately, for now. And then you're going to keep doing that. You're going to do another food, and when you notice a problem, this is called the elimination diet. You try a food, typically one of your favorite or foods, and then you see what happens. If you have a problem, eliminate it. Okay, that's the first step. That's called the elimination diet. The second step, and this is just as important, is you got to start patching up the gut. We got to repair the digestive tract, and there's many wonderful longevity supplements that help you do that. You got to start off with the Healthy Start Pack for everybody, but especially if you have a digestive issue, because if you have a problem with your bile and your gallbladder, this is very important, Glenda, listen up here. If you have a problem with your bile and gallbladder, the chances are very good you have an intestinal problem. Okay? If you have an intestinal problem, you're not going to absorb your nutrients, which means in addition to all your problems that you know about, you're also dealing with malnutrition. So get on the Healthy Start Pack, first and foremost. Then start working with the digestive tract specifically, and here's a bunch of great supplements. You want to absolutely positively use the Nightly Essence. I would be doing maybe 4 capsules a day of the Nightly Essence. That's our probiotic with digestive enzymes. It's one of the neatest probiotic supplements I know of because it has enzymes with it. And then speaking of enzymes, with all of your meals, you want to make sure you're using 2 or 3 ultimate enzymes with a little bit of apple cider vinegar with all of your meals. And then also, it wouldn't hurt you to get on the Fucoid Z as well. The Fucoid Z has a coating, soothing quality that helps heal the digestive tract. Now, there's a lot of other things you want to do, but until you get that food diary going and the elimination diet and food diary, I forgot to tell you that part. You're going to write down all the information and keep a diary. Very important to collect data. Between the supplements and the food diary, eliminating foods, you should notice a significant difference in your gallbladder ejection fraction as well as in the mucus and secretions. Thanks for your call, Glenda. I hope I helped you out, and see if we can go to another call here, Doug.
All right, let's head to Manitoba, Canada, and Trevor, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Trevor, greetings. Hey, Trevor.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Doing good. What's going on?
Good. Well, I have a friend. She has a daughter. Back in 1996, her daughter actually drowned and who was without oxygen for about 8 minutes.
Oh my goodness! How old was she?
So she's she's 34 years now.
Okay, gotcha.
34 years old now. So
Okay.
So she's now she's like an infant. She's quadriplegic.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Oh, that's so terrible.
Yeah, affected her brain and all of her organs and stuff.
Gosh.
She also has a seizure disorder.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Carbamazepine for that.
So is she's basically like, as they say, a vegetable. She just stays. She can't move.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
so she's just wondering if there's anything that we can do to improve.
Of course, absolutely, 100%. She's probably also functionally starving, on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. I don't know how broken down she is. It sounds like it's significant. So I'm not going to tell you it's going to be a miracle recovery. But absolutely, her body still needs B vitamins. It needs more. Okay. I was saying before, earlier in the program, how the B vitamins are your energy vitamins. What I didn't say, because we went to a commercial, was most of us are deficient in these energy vitamins because they're water soluble and we pee them out. And I guarantee you, she's probably getting hydrated appropriately, but nobody's replacing the water soluble electrolytes and water soluble vitamins. Vitamin C, B complex electrolytes, beyond tangy tangerine. Now, I don't know quite, and Doc knows more about this than I do, how that would go in an IV. She's being fed intravenously, correct?
I believe so, yes.
I don't know how they're going to feed her, the VTT. You obviously can't put it in the IV, so I don't know exactly how they're going to get it into her system. I assume there's a way, but the BTT would be very helpful if they can get it into her system. Almost like, I don't know how broken down she is. Keep that in mind. But there's a possibility the difference will be very visible to you. I don't know. She might be completely deteriorated, so I don't know. But there's a possibility you can notice a difference visibly. That's how powerful these nutrients are for folks who are in some kind of dire health condition. Anything else? Does that help you, Trevor?
Yeah, that's it. Is there anything else you can do, like for her brain? Should she go on something for her brain or something?
No, she'd get her the BTT quick. And how is she eating? How is she getting stuff into her blood?
I'm not too sure. I'll have to ask her. But,
you'll have to see. I don't know how supplements would work with that. Every supplement you could think of, although the first thing I would do is the BTT, every supplement will help her if she's not supplementing. This is one of the neatest things about the body. The more deficient we are, the faster and the more effective a nutritional supplement program will be. If the more deficient you are in nutrients, the faster your body sucks those up, kind of like a dry sponge sucking up more water than a wet sponge. When a sponge is dry, it'll suck up a huge amount of water, not so much when it's wet. When we're nutritionally deficient, we're a dry sponge. And you put something in there, some nutrition in there, you get an immediate effect. And that's how unbelievably, that's not only how valuable nutritional supplements are, but that's how dramatic nutritional supplementation can be. I mean, really dramatic. I've seen amazing things happen within a 24-hour period. And this could very well be your friend. Other than that, I mean, I don't know how they're getting stuff into her system. You'd have to get me a little more information. But just rest assured that whatever supplements...
A lot of times in cases like this, they have a feeding tube, and you can put the nutrients in that way because that's what Doc recommends.
Then that's how you would do it, with a feeding tube.
Yeah,
absolutely.
With a feeding tube if she's on a feeding tube.
If she is... Trevor, are you there?
Yeah.
Trevor?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, did you hear what Doug just said about the feeding tube?
Yeah, if she has a feeding tube.
Yeah, if she has thanks Doug for that. If she has a feeding tube, absolutely BTT, Fucoid Z, the fucoidin would go a long way. I don't know how they would get essential fatty acid capsules in the feeding tube. I mean, I think probably that would go in there, but find out. Essential fats are very important. So the ultimate EFAs, Fucoid Z,
and if she can't take food through mouth, obviously we can just do it that way.
However she's getting nutrients into the system, supplements will help. You don't want to think like a special supplement for a gal like that because she's so broken down. But I like the BTT as a starting point because it's got so much nutritional value to it. I mean, that thing's unspeakably valuable for everybody.
So you would just do the BTT and not the whole 90 Central?
I didn't say that. The more you get her, the better. The more you get her, the better. Okay? All right, buddy. Thank you for your call, Trevor. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for that, Douglas. That's a very good point. If we are broken down to the point where we have to be on a feeding tube, nutritional supplements that can go in the feeding tube can be tremendously valuable. And I love the BTT for that. All right, who's next on the line, Douglas? By the way, we do have lines open, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Who's next?
Let's head to New York. And Stephanie, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
How can we help?
I'm calling because I have a crack, a premolar, and it was capped. The cap fell off, and I was experiencing pain, and the pain travels.
Oh, is
like
it in
on
the nerve?
Jawline.
Is it in the nerve?
Yes.
Don't mess around with it. That's a very hidden cause of a lot of health challenges, particularly heart disease, cardiovascular health challenges, bacteria that get into the bloodstream through the mouth. And nobody talks about it. There's some dentists who are talking about it for sure because it's pretty well known in the research community. But we don't really talk about it clinically enough. Don't mess around with your mouth. Hang on. We'll finish up when we come back from a break, so don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today, along with Doug Winfrey. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552, toll free. We'll be back right after this.
When those aches and pains in your knees, elbows, hands, shoulders, and back crop up, reach for Youngevity's CM Cream. Put CM Cream on a Q-tip and put it in your ear canal for relief from headaches and sinus pressure. A topical temporary relief from minor aches and pains of muscles and joints associated with strains, sprains, and simple backaches. Why take aspirin or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that can cause stomach bleeding and liver damage? Just apply CM Cream liberally to the affected areas, and within 20 minutes or so, you'll have relief from those nagging minor aches and pains. You'll feel better for up to 4 to 5 hours. So the next time you have achy joints or muscles, do what I do. Reach for CM Cream for relief. And for systemic relief, reach for CM Plus capsules. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine-tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Toll free. We're talking to Stephanie. Stephanie, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to say that they said that the tooth, there's an infection, and the tooth is loose and is dead, and I need a root canal. So I was wondering if this...
There ain't no nutrition for that, my dear. That's you got to get that out of there, and be very respectful of that as well. In the meantime, you want to make sure you're using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day. You want to make sure you're loaded up with vitamin C. I'd be using the Ultimate Selenium, Fucoid Z. Make sure you're using the Ultimate Enzymes with meals. It becomes extra important that you take care of your nutritional needs at this time. Because once stuff gets into the blood, it's not good. And the mouth is so loaded with bacteria. This is very easy. It's very easy for this to occur. And it's a very, very, very significant problem that only advanced or alternative or outside-the-box dentists are talking about. But it's really important. Definitely get on the Healthy Start Pack as well as the Ultimate Enzymes, Fucoid Z, and Ultimate Selenium. And then make sure that you're staying away from any foods that throw off your immune system or overload your immune system, I should say, digestive toxins, etc. Thanks for your call, Stephanie. Appreciate it. And see if we get a couple more calls in before.
Ben, what she might want to do until she can get that taken care of is use the liquid colloidal silver and kind of use that as a mouthwash.
Yeah, but you know what else? And there's another. What's the antibiotic one? There's one that's like an antibiotic, herbal antibiotic. Do you remember what that was?
That's the one that the doc always recommends.
Yeah, and I forget the name of it.
Liquid colloidal silver.
The colloidal silver is great, absolutely. But there's one, colloidal silver is really awesome stuff, by the way.
Oh, the Killer Biotic?
Yeah, Killer Biotic, that's the one.
Yeah,
Killer Biotic. Well. And do you know, Douglas, you can use colloidal silver as a base for making creams and lotions, and you won't need to use any preservatives because the colloidal silver kills everything?
Really?
Yeah, colloidal silver is amazing, amazing, amazing stuff, and it doesn't get enough play as much, in my opinion. As a general antiseptic type agent, I don't know about its curative powers or anything, but as a general cleaning substance, it's amazingly, amazingly valuable. All right, who's next on the line, Doug?
Let's head to Virginia. And Tony, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
All right. Yeah. want to talk to you. I got sugar diabetes.
Sugar diabetes. Let's get you fixed up. We can get you fixed up in 30 days, less. The thing about diabetes is, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to, that's what I wanted to say. I've been taking it since December the 26th.
And what do you notice?
And it really hasn't helped me yet. And I don't know what to do about
it should have helped you. It should have helped you in less than a week. Let me tell you why. Diabetes is a verb. It's not a noun. And by that I mean it's a process, it's an activity, it's an action. It is not a thing. When we call it a thing, we lose our power. Diabetes is a process that occurs. It's a chemical reaction that occurs to what you're eating and also to a certain extent to what we're thinking, stress hormone. The only two reasons, or the main two reasons, the blood sugar goes up are cortisol, which is your body's stress hormone, and insulin, which is a feeding hormone. And it all is responsive to blood sugar. And I'm going to leave aside the cortisol issue, that's stress, and that needs to be managed. Any diabetic has to recognize that cortisol, stress hormone, will mess up your blood sugar. So if you're done out all the things in terms of eating and you still can't drop the blood sugar, you want to suspect stress. But I'm going to leave that aside for now. I'm going to tell you about the dietary and supplement strategies. And this should work. You should notice changes in your blood sugar in a week or less. If you don't, then you're missing something. Number one, you want to keep your intake of fast-burning carbohydrates down. Anything that jacks up your insulin, and by the way, that includes protein. So a lot of folks think they can eat just a whole bunch of protein. No. Protein will jack up your blood sugar too. So you got to watch your intake of carbs, fast-burning carbs, and you don't want to overdo the protein. You certainly need protein, but you don't want to overdo it. That's step number one. Step number two, get on the sweeties if you're not already. Are you doing the sweeties, Tony?
Yes, 2 at each meal 3 times a day.
Stay with it. Are you doing the Ultimate Selenium?
I'm not doing that.
Throw that in. 600 micrograms a day, 3 or even 4. But stay with 3. Doc does 4, I think. Doc does a lot of it. I recommend 3 of them a day. Then, in addition to the sweeties, make sure that after you eat food, or actually at the beginning of food, you do vegetable juice, something with fiber in it. You want to suck up that sugar, and at the end of your meal, do a whole bunch of water and Beyond Tangy Tangerine. At the end of your meal. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine has nutrients that will help you with your blood sugar, and the water will dilute your blood sugar. Use the Fucoid Z, wonderful for folks who are dealing with blood sugar problems, and keep your calories down generally, not just carb calories, but just generally go low calorie. And don't forget the Ultimate Niacin, amazing for helping the body deal with blood sugar, Niacin 500 milligrams. Tony, we're out of time. That's all the time we have for today on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. Thanks so much for joining us, for Doc and for Doug Winfrey and for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have a wonderful, awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.